Hi guys, it's reaction time. We've got Notorious and Into the Night. Oh yeah, they're back. Notorious are back. I love this band from Norway, like a glam metal band, I suppose you could call them. They call themselves on the first album glam metal band, like with some black metal in there. There was one song especially that had these sort of black metal feels, which man, it was a title track of Marching On. I love that. It's one of my favourite songs of the year. It's so heavy but so cool at the same time. And the singles so far, man, has probably been, even though that debut was brilliant, I think the singles this time round have been better than anything on the debut album. So a progression in a band is what you want to see for sure. And the new song is here. I love the way on these covers, as you can see on that side, every band member's getting their own cover, if you like, for these singles. I love that. We had the guitarist, the singer, now we've got the drummer. I suppose the bassist is next. But man, I love that. It's very cool. It's very, very cool and very classy cover. I really like them, actually. I don't usually hone in on covers, but I've noticed there's this trend which is quite cool with Notorious. So as we waited with bated breath for the album, new album, the next single is here. It's called Into the Night. Here we go. Again. Oh, it's got that, when it came in with that riff at the beginning, really gave me like Scorpions vibes. Almost like Rock You Like a Hurricane with that riff and the drums. And that sort of almost reminded me of that, like, you know, he had that riff going on later on in the chorus, of course. But man, when they got in there, you know, glam sort of crew sort of feels as well going on there with the chugging guitars, and man, they've just got something about them, this band. There's plenty of this sleaze sort of glam metal around, of course there is, but they don't sound like anyone else in this genre. I think the vocals also are so, you know, there's so much style to the vocals that I know it's Notorious straight away. He has got a slight, I've said this before, singer has got a slight sort of Michael Sweet, classic Michael Sweet type vocal. But he's definitely his own thing as well. But I know it's Notorious, man. When you hear those vocals, they are so, noticeable in a brilliant, brilliant way. I love his vocals, man. And musically, they've got this sound. They've almost this sort of stripped back sort of sound to their mix on purpose. And they've got no sound like any other band. There's no record or no artist that make their albums sound like they do, and that makes them stand out. I think they're brilliant, man. There's something about them that's really special, and this song is just as good as the other two. The 3 singles so far have just been like, man, how good have they been? They chug when they need to. They do these little guitar melodies in between the in between the vocal lines. Sometimes there's some really cool sort of pinch harmonics there that really, that's classic sounding. And then you have the riffs, that riff and all. I know it's quite simple. I know what they're going for, but it just, think about it, grabbed me. Da, 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 da. It's just so catchy, man. Here we go for the rest.
Run into the night.
Oh man, it's just absolutely fantastic. I love the chugging guitar in that. I know it's quite, people sort of like, oh, it's chuggy. I hear people complain about songs in general that are chuggy. I love a chug on the guitar, man. It just gets you in that. And that was brilliant, the way that did that solo. Solo was absolutely fantastic, of course. Love the way that riff came in again, like the intro. Damn, 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 boom, boom, damn, boom, boom. I can't get enough of that. That is absolutely brilliant. Guys, bring the album out already. Bring it out. That's Into the Night by Notorious. Fast becoming one of my favourite bands. Just everything they do is brilliant. That was Into the Night. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below, guys. See you soon.